Here with reaction is the Committee to Unleash Prosperity co-founder, the great Steve Moore, or Stephen Moore. We'll call you either one. Steve, good to see you. What do you make of these liberal columnists and commentators coming out and saying, you know what, Donald Trump says he's going to lower prices, but prices are going to go up under Trump. But we know what it's like under Trump because we had 4 years of him and prices actually went down. He managed the economy well, which is why so many Americans want to vote for him because they can't stand Joe Biden's economy and inflation.
Well, what I make of it is I think there's a lot of panic setting in on the Democratic side of the aisle, and they are looking at the same polls that you guys were reciting. By the way, I agree. I think these polls are going to be jumping all around for the next 3 or 4 months. But when you see the hole that Biden is in on the economic issues, in other words, if this is an economy about an election about the economy, then Donald Trump will win a landslide. But there are many other issues than just the economy. But I have to laugh when their latest line is just you were saying, Sean, that the Trump agenda will cause inflation. Well, wait a minute. We had the Trump agenda in place, and inflation rate fell. It didn't rise. The inflation didn't come until Joe Biden was president and massively increased the debt and spending and regulation. So I don't think the American people are going to buy that argument. They remember when gas was $2.49 a gallon, and now they're seeing $3.89 a gallon.
Well, this is a concerted effort. Now, I want to point back to, and we've talked about it on this show, more than one column written by, say, there was the one in Time magazine that MAGAnomics is going to destroy, will be the death of capitalism. So this is a concerted effort to tell the American people, oh, what you remember isn't going to be, the past isn't going to be the future, that Trump's past policies won't be what he would do in another 4 years, and it's all a big tub of hogwash. But moving on to this, from Silicon Valley to Wall Street and everywhere in between, President Trump's been gaining support from billionaire, multimillionaire backers while out on the campaign trail. But one Bloomberg columnist thinks, quote, the billionaires backing Trump have selective memory, again, because they only care about what he did for the economy. Well, Steve, that's important for everyone.
Well, also, I mean, what don't they like about what Trump did? I mean, are we forgetting what happened with respect to our foreign policy? The fact that we had peace and prosperity back when Trump was president. We made a lot of progress in terms of issues like fighting crime. We had a secure border. We had a better environmental record under Trump than Biden has. I mean, these are the kinds of things that you're never going to see in the press, but they happen to be true. They happen to be factually accurate. And by the way, I love this argument now that they're starting to say, oh, if Trump was elected president, we're going to have a Great Depression. You know, I'm writing a book about, Trumponomics 2.0. And this is exactly what they said. Remember, Dagan, in 2016, if Trump is elected president, we're going to have a Great Depression. And instead, we had the biggest boom. And now they're saying the same thing again. Do they really think we're that stupid?
Yeah, lowering taxes, streamlining regulation, it actually works. Long history of that. We'll get more if Donald Trump is reelected. But let's move to this because in Europe, they're supposed to be the leaders in green initiatives, but the progressive leaders, they're being voted out, Steve. It turns out it doesn't matter where you're from. Nobody likes high prices, lower living standards, and a poor economy. So over the weekend, you saw massive losses in the Green parties and liberals in Europe. Conservatives are winning. Is that a telltale sign, not just for Europe, but what's going to happen here in America?
Well, I hope so, because, the thing that's sort of scary about that story, and it's good news that middle-class voters are revolting all over the world against these crazy green energy policies that are telling you whether you can have an air conditioner or a dishwasher or a gas stove. I mean, all over the world, people don't like that. But what scares me, Sean, is the most radical leader now in the world on climate change is in Washington, D.C. Yeah. I mean, Biden's to the left of even Europe now on climate change.
Wow.
And the whole point is to hide the cost and hide what they're doing from the American people and to bury it through regulation. Steve, thank you so much.
Yeah, but they're not doing a very good job of it.
No.
Because we're feeling the cost. They try to hide it, but Americans can put two and two together. They can connect the dots between all of these policies. For example, why is it that gas is costing $3.89 a gallon? It is a direct result of Biden's war on energy.
No doubt. Steve Moore, thank you. Appreciate it, as always.
Okay, guys.